Hi, my lovely friends. It's Marta here. Welcome back. I am so excited and happy to be back. I wasn't actually planning to return until September time when my son will return to school. But my dear friend Monica from Crafting with Quilling Lady channel, she asked me if I would like to join if her and few other crafty friends, which I'm sure many of you know, to create together a couple of the videos to inspire you with some floral theme creation for this flower craft festival. And of course I couldn't say no because whoever watching my channel, you do know I love making flowers. The first video of the series, because it's gonna be a series which will take place in entire month of the August, but it's not gonna be every day. We're actually making 9 different videos, each one of us for the same topic, and I hope you will take a few minutes to actually go down in the description area and check the videos of another crafty friends who are also making their beautiful flower inspiration. The first video from this series, it's called a flower frame or a border, and I've decided to create this beautiful, a kind of like a double aperture effect, but it's gonna be a faux aperture window because I am using the acetate to create this invisible, like a see-through look on my card. I didn't had any larger card like 8 by 8 which I want to work on, so I am creating this kind of a similar effect frame by using separate 4 pieces. You can see here 4 square frame plus this additional piece which I cut from the A4 size card, which I fold in half, and then I just use the smaller square die to actually cut it to match my square frames. I'm going to be attaching piece of the acetate to this frame, and to do that I like to use the glossy accent glue. I know that it's been mainly used for this enamel effect, but because if for their prosperities, I don't even know what's inside, but it's actually working really well on the acetate, and I do recommend you to try it, especially if you're making some shakers. And you know, sometimes we adhere this foam tape to the acetate, and with time it's actually releasing, it's not gripping, holding really well. So I do recommend you to try to use the glossy accent to attach your foam tape to the acetate, and you'll be surprised how good it's sticking together. Now I've created 2 like kind of like a square windows on both sides, and I'm gonna be adhering it to this kind of like a, it looks like the letter H frame, just so it's gonna be holding nicely. As I'm saying, you could very easily recreate this look by using ready-made card base, or you can work on a smaller one. If you've got 6 by 6 or something like that, you can also cut 2 square windows on both sides of the card base, and that you'll be good to go. But I want my card to be slightly bigger, and I didn't have paper big enough so I could create the card base, so I'm just kind of stitching it together. But it doesn't have to be square, you can also work on A5 size card or something. And this card idea, I think it will be great if you have something to do for a special occasion which include the photo. You could actually adhere this like a photo frame on a center part, and that will be looking really well as well. So here to create kind of like a professional finish look on both sides, on the outside and inside part of my card, I am adhering the additional frames as well. And of course, because I have the piece of the acetate here, I am using the glossy accent glue. When you add the adhesive, make sure you kind of use your bone folder or something just to press firmly, but be careful and do not put too much glue because you don't want the adhesive to ooze out from underneath the paper, so it's gonna be leave you this visible marks on the acetate. But here it's very simple, easy, and it's just almost gripping instantly. I would say is just make sure that you kind of press firmly, make sure that the glue is distribute well, and it's just holding nicely. Here you can see how my card base is start looking like, and I've decided to kind of dress it up a little bit from the inside first. Here I have this beautiful flowery design, and this papers actually I'm not sure if I mentioned that at the beginning of the video. This is the little collection of the papers which I've designed specifically for this video. These papers, as well as the Monica paper, because Monica, crafting with quilling lady, who is the organizer of this beautiful flowery craft festival series, she also designed very beautiful paper pack for use to play with, and I do have link down below in the description area for you to use and check it out, because I'm sure you will love those papers as well. Here I've cut two frames which are slightly narrower than the one I have on my card base, and if you don't have nesting dies, you could actually recreate this look by using trimmer, or if you don't have a trimmer, you can grab metal ruler and X-Acto knife and also cut a slightly bigger aperture on the pieces of the decorative paper. It's not necessary. This is the step you can actually skip, but I do think that when you dress up the inside part of the card, it's actually looking way better, and it's just something there as well. Once I finish with gluing those two frames inside, I have four kind of like a paper doilies, round circle die cut pieces, and I'm gonna be adhering them on the center part of my card. And the way I'm gonna do so is that I'm trying to perfectly marry them up, because I have this lacy design. So I'm just trying to match up the design from the one which I have on the front panel of my card. That way, once the card is closed down, you cannot really see anything else behind it. So it looks like the card is empty, like on the inside, because you cannot see any other panel. It's a very simple thing to do, but I think it's just giving this very nice an interesting look to the card when it's all finished and dressed up. And again, because I am adhering my elements to the foil, I'm using the glossy accent glue. So here you can see how the card it starts looking like. And now the greatest part, my favorite part of all, is just to kind of finish it off with the rest of the elements and just dress it up. For my focal point element, I'm gonna be using this elegant label, and this is one of my designs which you can also find on my Buy Me a Coffee page, which I will link down below in the description area. And I'm just using the circle die to cut, and then I will place it on this little kind of like a floral frame, which is one of the fussy cut elements from the little collection I've designed for you. So here you can see how it starts coming up, and I'm just going to adhere this circle with the double-sided tape, just to kind of gently lift it up, so it will be a little bit more dimensional. Now I have the bunch of the elements. I think I use three sets. I actually print the fussy cut elements 3 times, and then I just use my scan and cut machine to cut all the elements. But if you don't have scan and cut machine, you can easily just cut them with the scissors. I quite often sometimes take my fussy cut elements and I just sit down in front of the television and then I could fussy cut them while I'm watching like a TV series or something. So here you can see some of the elements I am slightly trimming just to make sure they match up perfectly in my frame. And slowly, one element after another, I am just building up my composition, and I'm just using the hot glue here just to adhere them. I'm not like laying them perfectly flat. Some of the flowers I am actually very gently squeezing in my fingers, and then I'm just giving them a little bit dimension. And whenever I see I need something smaller, I can just trim a little bit here and there just to make my elements fit perfectly. And once it's not looking really well from the beginning, but once you start filling up all the frame, it's all coming to life beautifully, and I love this effect. And I think you could use so many other things, like it doesn't have to be floral elements. If you create some card for someone who loves baking, you could use like a cupcake or like little hearts for like a love wedding card or something. This is a great idea for adding, or for a baby, like for a first birthday you can actually put all the like a baby fun items, like a cute little animals or something all around the frame, and then just put the circular frame with photo on the inside, or something else like that. So this is a great design for that. So here, once I'm finishing with my flowers, I will start filling the gaps with the couple leaf elements. I also have them pre-cut from the same piece of the ephemera pieces which I've designed. And then if I feel like I need to add a little bit extra flower on top, I am doing so. And this floral composition, I know I'm putting a lot of elements here, but the more kind of flowers you're gonna put on it, and sometimes one are adhere on top of the other one, it will give you more dimensional look. So this is why I'm adding plenty of these elements, because I'm trying to build up a nice frame. I'm not adding any like 3D flowers, the one which are like, I usually make from paper or foam flowers, because I want to keep this card relatively flat, even though it has a lot of visual dimension. It's flat and it's easy for postage. You can pack it in the envelope and just send it through. So here I'm adding more leaves. Whenever I feel like I need a little bit extra greenery, I am just adding those, and sometimes I'm also adding couple extra flowers. And I know this part is a little bit longer, and I could edit it out and just show you ready-made effect, but I just wanted to show you that sometimes building up those composition is just taking a couple extra elements, and the more you're gonna be adding onto these frames, the more kind of richer and more luxurious they will appear. I am also adding a couple little flowers to my front label just to dress it up. And then I have my white string, which will help me to create this little bow, which very well. I just love to add them. Because I think that extra little string bow is just adding extra texture and interest to the card, and it's kind of also adding a little bit of the elegance as well. Here I'm adding a couple of the leaves as well, so my composition on the center part will be matching with the frame, and the card is almost ready. I'm gonna be finishing my card by adding a couple of the pearls, and while I'm doing so, I just want to have a little reminder that this video is the part of this kind of a blog hub video collaboration, and I do have all the other links down below, and I do encourage you to check the channel, because there's 7 of us apart from me and Monica from Crafting with Quilling Lady channel. There's also another Monica, Katarina, Lisa, Mel, and Benita. I think I've mentioned us all. If not, then I'm sorry if I missed someone. But I do think that it's Benita, Katarina, Lisa, Mel, me, and 2 Monicas. Yes, that's 7 of us. And for the entire month of August, we're gonna be coming regularly. The videos, I think they're scheduled on the Fridays and Mondays. I'll have to double check because I don't have the schedule right in front of me when I'm recording this voiceover. So sorry for that. But we're gonna be coming regularly, and we're gonna be sharing with you our different ideas for the same topic each time. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know if you like this card. And again, thank you so very much, everyone, for watching, for being here, and being a part of my YouTube family. I hope you enjoy it. I am sending you all hugs, and I hope to see you shortly. Stay blessed, my friends, and bye bye.